Hello, my name is Celeste, and the trade book I read was titled How I Became a Ghost, a Choctaw Trail of Tears story. So, synopsis of the text. The title of the book is How I Became a Ghost, a Choctaw Trail of Tears story. The author is Tim Tingle, and the genre is both ghost story and historical fiction. For the summary of the text. So, this text revolves around a main character who is a 10-year-old Choctaw boy. His name is Isaac, and he's living on ancestral land in Mississippi. And his family is introduced at the beginning. So he has a mother, a father, and an older brother named Luke, who is a couple of years older than him. And he also has a dog by the name of Jumper, who he's always playing with and hanging out with. So at the beginning, we're introduced to his daily life, daily routines, and his abilities. So he can actually see things before they happen, and he can also see ghosts. One day, his father returns home upset because of treaty talk going on in town. Isaac and his family are going to have to move out of their land, and before they have a chance to do so, their home is unfortunately burned down, along with many other homes belonging to Choctaw families. Those who survived the fires set up temporary shelter by the swamp, and American soldiers eventually find them and offer them blankets. Because of the freezing temperatures, many Choctaw families accept these blankets. However, Isaac's mother refuses the blankets. The Choctaw begin dying from disease because the blankets had smallpox. So because of this, Isaac's family chooses to leave the swamp and instead joins the other Choctaw community who are beginning to walk on the Trail of Tears. Soon after that, their family meets another Choctaw family and stays with them. And Isaac meets Nita, who is the daughter of this family that they meet, who is a 5-year-old girl. And Isaac befriends her and actually becomes her big brother. And around this time, Isaac begins seeing ghosts, and he knows soon he will be a ghost as well. He feels it. And unfortunately, one night, Nita rolls out of her blanket and freezes to death. And after this, Nita becomes a ghost, and Isaac sees her and speaks with her. And she actually tells Isaac that he needs to help her find her older sister, Naomi. Isaac agrees to help Nita find her sister, Naomi, who was taken from their family by the soldiers, the American soldiers. And Isaac's friend, Joseph, he appears to him one night, and he's still living as well. And he tells him that he will help Isaac find Naomi and bring her back to her family. Joseph is an older Choctaw boy who is around 14 years old, who reveals a secret to Isaac. He actually has the ability to turn into a Black Panther. Isaac, shortly after this, befriends Choctaw councilmen and councilwomen to help them find Naomi and free her. And during this time as well, Isaac continues to receive various signs, visits, and important messages from those who have passed within the Choctaw community. So various different visits from ancestors that have already passed. He returns to his family to say a final goodbye, but before he leaves again, his mother, she can sense that something's going to happen, and Isaac also can feel this as well. He can sense that he will soon be a ghost. When leaving his family to find Naomi, Isaac is attacked by a wolf and he dies, and so he is a ghost now. Isaac shows himself to those who are still living, and he reassures Joseph that he will still help him find Naomi and free her. So Isaac and Joseph, they end up finding Naomi and help her escape, but the soldiers become very angry and go looking for her. They hide Naomi, so she's actually hidden in a bone picker's wagon, and the bone pickers are part of the Choctaw community, and their role in the community is the role of actually going and saving the bones of various Choctaw members who have passed, and giving them the proper burial, which is sacred for the Choctaw Native Americans. So Naomi is hidden in the bone picker's wagon, and soldiers actually set the wagon on fire, and Naomi and Joseph end up escaping the fire in the wagon. And during this escape, there's a wolf, and this wolf appears again, the wolf that had previously murdered Isaac. And the wolf almost kills the soldier, but instead of letting the wolf kill the soldier, Naomi actually saves him. Because of this, the soldier allows her to return to her family. And ultimately, the ancestors appear, and they thank the young, brave Choctaw men and women. So Isaac, Joseph, Nita, and Naomi, they appear and they thank them for what they have done. So I found many connections to history, social science in this trade book. So for one, the Manifest Destiny, Indian Removal Act as well, and the Trail of Tears is a very big one. They also mention the Battle of New Orleans, which is post-war of 1812, as well as various connections to Native American culture and spirituality. So the unit of study that can be, this book can be implemented in would be a unit on Manifest Destiny from a Native American perspective. And this text could promote deeper learning of history, social science by highlighting an individual's story of how themselves and their family experienced the Trail of Tears. In addition to this text could support the development of academic language, vocabulary, and critical thinking by allowing students to dive deeper into the significance of this historical event and visualize what it may be like to have experienced the Trail of Tears. As for a recommendation, I would definitely recommend this book. This book intertwines historical context with fiction, and as a ghost story, I feel as if it has the potential to really captivate students and engage them in reading. So I believe the entire book is one I would want my students to read. During the process of reading this book, students will be able to take a deeper look into the horrendous tragedy of the Trail of Tears and develop empathy and compassion for Native American communities in return. It also includes a list of discussion questions presented at the end of the book that can foster a rich whole class discussion. To conclude, I just want to highlight this quote. As Isaac stated, Chipisa la chique. Choctaws never say goodbye. There is no word for it. We say Chipisa la chique, which means I will see you again in the future. Even though I was nearing the day when I would never see my family as a living person, I would never leave them. Choctaws never go away. And that's from chapter 17 titled Goodbye to My Family. Thank you.